Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Dying Light 2. We are back with some brand new updates, patch notes, and mostly the first add-on to, of course, the game. Right now we're in patch tweaking, fixing kind of land, not so much adding, but they are adding a little bit, and we'll get to that at the end of the video. But let's cover the first 1.06 patch notes. It's live right now, ready to go, I think on almost every platform, or at the very least PC. Sorry, I promise I'll be with you shortly. Regardless, what this actually patched, there was a game-breaking death loop glitch. It's not what you want to hear, but it's what existed within Dying Light. Essentially, the death loop glitch that now is largely seemingly patched was something to the effect of it would spawn you in a dark sector whilst you were doing a quest, a story quest, and because you were doing a story quest, it wants you to go to the right locations in the story quest, and because you weren't there, it would basically end the game and reset you, but it always resets you at a point in which you were basically far away or in a dark zone or couldn't get back to the location it wanted you from, therefore just ending you in an endless loop of dying or respawning over and over and over again. Well, I'm happy to report that they patched this largely. It prevented getting this glitch and also tried to fix people who have the glitch currently going on. Also, since this is just something that something amazing that every game should kind of have, but they added a backup save system that allows players to roll back the game to the last secure storyline save point, which is actually really nice just in case you actually want to do some story fuckery as well. Like you don't want to make a choice or you want to see where the choices go at a certain point. Kind of just nice for kind of like traditional RPG. Let's see how this story can end without having to regrind all your greatest gear or do the duplication glitch. Anyways, also they gave PC people some good old key binding restructure, which is lovely and nice. But largely, ladies and gentlemen, that's kind of it. A lot of the patches thus far, day one patch included, were just various tweaks and making sure the game was a little more stable. The question that everyone is kind of waiting to hear, at least me, is how they're going to address the certain community's findings. Are they going to nerf this? Are they going to leave this? Are they going to instead add to the game instead of trying to like stop a community's idea of finding a leverage point or value? Because that's what the community is almost always built to do, is to try to find the most efficient way forward. And of course, if you can break the game and see some crazy shit along the way, you probably take that deal. Anyways, but yeah, that's what I'm sitting on the sidelines waiting to see. Frankly, I'm overjoyed with Techland's response to a lot of this. Seemingly Techland is in the spot of, well, we're not sure about this just yet. Let's fix the game and its actual core issues. If people want to duplicate stuff, they can duplicate stuff. If people want to get really high level gear before they're ready to get it, sure, just do what you gotta do. But I would like to see Techland's response to endgame basically being rushed too. Not that that's a bad thing, but just that maybe can leave certain people lost. And I think Techland is way more clever than people give them credit for. Because let me ask you this: why oh why can we only get level 9 gear? It's kind of weird. With level 9, I could absolutely see Techland in the future releasing a new world tier that makes all of our current gear redundant, and maybe the chest farm or maybe the other activities in the game only give you level 9, but this new event that they could add or this new addition to the game will give you level 10 gear and give us a whole new reason to grind and make all of the previous power attained good but not perfect. And there lies a wonderful keeping everybody kind of happy kind of solution, and I think they kind of thought of that from the start. But we'll see if the duplication glitch can still keep its head above water for a little bit longer for people to get the insanity out of the game that they want. But honestly, the way I'm looking at it, guys, it seems like Techland is pretty goddamn cool about it, and letting things kind of just have fun, breathe, etc. I mean, with all the Easter eggs in the game, they're totally down to embrace the insanity, and I'm happy to report that they have yet to patch any of the things that people are having fun with. And I hope they don't, frankly. I hope they just add another reason to hunt for something greater. For instance, adding a brand new rarity, or a brand new world tier, making the old farming methods good but not perfect, or there's one activity that makes it you have to get the best type of gear if you do this type of activity kind of thing. But that is just patchland. What have they added to the game that you right now, right here, can actually get access to for free? Free content galore. Well, we can get access to some cool new armor and a resettable hammer that actually hits way harder than you'd think. It's incredibly good and has a crazy amount of kickback. We'll get to that later in the video, but how you essentially can redeem the expansion content, the free DLC content, is of course through your various means of PlayStation and whatnot, but at least on PC, this might be the same on PS4 if you struggle with how to get the things that you want to get. / the DLC content, Dying Light actually has its own unique, kind of like Uplay, Ubisoft kind of downloading website interface feature. They're actually having a little bit of problems with it right now, but hopefully it'll stabilize in the future. Regardless, I found that was the best place to get what you want when you want it right now. There was a weird like daily kind of drop rate to get Steam to download it through Steam weirdness, but if you just go to the website, you can download it all right now, and I think that will proceed moving forward with the Survivor armor that's also going to come, because we have the Peacekeeper armor set and a badass hammer, and then we have the Survivor armor set with another badass weapon coming later down the line. But alas, that'd be my advice. Go to their actual website. Unfortunately, make an account. There's actually some fun things that we'll get into in a later video that you can actually do to grind. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into seeing if this weapon and armor are worth jumping into the game. Yes, and a little bit of no. We'll get into that right now. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Dying Light 2. Hopefully I already said hiya and really all made everything clear, but today we are basically going to be testing out the first downloadable tiny micro DLC. There is a brand new, I think infinitely attainable armor set and weapon. So for those guys who didn't pre-order the game, who got these, which is really helpful, especially beginning of the game, because they kind of actualize to your level, so they're always relevant. They don't have like a world level tied to them, or whatever your current world level is, which is just really helpful. This is the same thing, except since it's a two-handed weapon that probably is pretty slow, it has way better damage scaling and all that. Unfortunately though, as you guys can also see, it doesn't have any mod slots. I think it might have a keychain, but if it doesn't have a keychain thing, yeah, actually I don't think it does, because at least these ones you can see has a third slot, which is usually the keychain. So I guess this is just one and done. Well, that seems kind of bullshit. That does not seem as good at all as these, but okay. Anyways, hopefully I went through the process about how to get these already. Yeah, but they also gave us armor, and armor is ageless, but there's ways, especially as soon as you get to around mid-game, that you're able to get just about everything in terms of armor, weapons, and we'll cover that. We've already covered that on the channel. It's the legendary farm about the underwater boxes and shit. Crazy. So all of the Enforcer's gear are all like tank-based. So we got resistances, we got a little bit, like a staggeringly tiny amount of combat experience, okay? More range damage, but it's fucking nothing. It's like 1 point of range damage. I'll show you guys what actual armor looks like. I'm gonna bin this. I'm gonna trash this immediately because it's not very good. But anyways, this is what end game tank armor kind of looks like. And this isn't even like perfect armor. This is level 8, not level 9, and the stats aren't really prioritized to be the best of the best for like damage versus whatever. But anyways, we're getting a two-handed weapon damage by 13%, not like 1 like it was there. We're also getting 7% resistance on armor. Now those are blues, this is legendary, but still, still. Yeah, see, we get parkour experience 5, and this isn't even like a parkour like movement set, right? But you know what looks way cooler? Something that also sucks stat-wise, but looks very cool. It's from a quest. It's a gold fucking bracers. Looks wicked, but it's level 3, even though the quest was like level 8. It's stupid. Oh, I did want to show you guys what the weapon can do with like a well-equipped armor set. But this is the armor set, looking absolutely amazing, like super cool, sleek. I was shocked. I thought they would go more. I feel like they could have went like with the bulletproof vest look, because everything just looks like you. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just like the plated armor look for the Enforcers or whatever they're called. A little bit of range damage, a decent amount of health regeneration, and yeah, actually no, all the stats are terrible, really bad. Ooh, but we got a little bit of knuckle dusted damage, so there's a positive. Anyways, also don't mind the shit on the floor. I farm and all that stuff. Anyways, yeah, let's just go run around and kill stuff. Let's actually go fight against some zombies first. We're mainly testing out the weapon in this video just to have fun time, see what's up. And we've arrived. Okay, Spider-Man nonsense aside, let's do this. Okay, so first of all, let's see the weapon. It looks meaty. Looks like a car engine or a car part smacked on a pipe. All right, we're gonna do a heavy charge. Oof. Now, with that being said, though, I did want to see one thing. What's the gear's level? Because it shouldn't be that high level, but yeah, so I think the gear is special in the sense that it might match to whatever world level you're at, because just like the weapons, it doesn't have a thing. So yeah, you guys can see that these are the tier 9, but this is tier 6, but without any sort of requirement. So I think this will just auto scale to always being kind of good. So in that case, maybe the substats will get exponentially better as I level up my world tier, and these will kind of normalize to being at level 9. Maybe. I feel like that makes sense. But I'm not sure if the substats would change. I thought it would just be the gear armor. But anyways, so yeah, we just did a heavy charge and that wrecked. Really wrecked. Like really wrecked. And the weapon, same thing. The weapon auto changes. And yeah, you can't give it a special buff. Like I couldn't put the keychain on there to reset it. That seems kind of silly. Is it because it's like super high damage? It might be that. Also, we're getting more zombies. Yeah, even just one hit. Okay, so even when we're not doing charge attacks, this thing has good range too. Ah, there we go. Finally didn't kill one. But also these enemies are significantly under leveled. They're level 4. So you're fighting an actual enemy, then probably not as good. Stop it. Also, we can do this. Oof. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Pop, pop. There we go. Okay. Well, that's excessive. All right, here's some dumb enemies. Look at me. I'm right here. Right here. Come, come, come. And these are still level 4, though, so it's a little bit okay. I mean, maybe not. Maybe it's pretty nuts. Yeah, because, okay, so even if they're blocking, okay, so that's really cool. So even when they're blocking and they're giving you a lot of grief, they can still dodge. But it seemed like even when they were blocking, I was able to still bunce them. I think blunt is such the way to go, because yeah, blunt, it seems like it crushes through their block, which is amazing. But this doesn't even have stance break or anything like that, which I think is a stat that breaks the enemy's stamina every time you hit them with it, which is pretty valuable in any game. But anyways, I mean, we do look kind of cool, although it's kind of still hard to make out what we're even wearing. But you know, the idea, the thought, all that, very cool. Okay, we're fighting combat, by the way. Yeah, we could do this. Oh, he died. He died just from one attack. We're also gonna do that. Nah, we don't push him around. It's weird because we're hitting them with a giant axe, but we can also just do this, whoop, and we throw them around like a sack of potatoes, and we just throw them into spikes and shit. So, anyways, and you can also just dodge last minute like that. Again, the weight of this feels pretty gnarly, pretty gnarly. Yeah, I knew we throw them back into the thing. Too good. You can also just do this, whop, bang, break your neck. Easy peasy. Hopefully I didn't actually complete that because I use that as like an enemy farm essentially. One more thing until we call it, but yeah, no, that's weird because it's dropping things faster than you think. So if you were a person who is exactly like me, who's like, I don't know if these stats make sense, but like this thing I guess has such a high blunt thing that it just knocks people around and there's more than enough damage to get the thing done. But it also could be that I'm level 7 and we're fighting level 4 enemies. For whatever reason, the world hasn't done a shift because I just haven't done the story. I've been meaning to. I've just been so many cool things to do around it. So anyways, I've been doing that. But before we go and test everything out, the armor I think will become better as you level up and etc. I don't know if I'll keep it. It's kind of iconic. I might throw it in my vault. But I want to put on my armor essentially, which is going to increase our weapon damage by a whole mess of a lot. And it's a part of the same tank gear. And honestly, it looks kind of similar to the armor itself. Unfortunately, I still haven't found any tank boots, but it'll have to do. Get some ammo, we get some stamina regeneration, stuff like that for just the combat shoes. But yeah, looks honestly very similar, except yeah, it's significantly better. If we look at my stats, we have 51 bonus to two-handed weapons, as well as a ton of parkour experience, combat experience. Also, our base resistances are just insane. We also got decreased stamina regeneration, or decreased stamina cost, and also decreased stamina cost on weapons by a whole lot. And also, I just have an abundance of stamina, because I just keep putting it in there, because I want the game to get easier by having more health. But let me quickly sleep, and then we'll go and hit something with the weapon again, the two-handed the axe or club, which honestly, even if it does like do a significant amount more, it's kind of like there's still much better weapons. And I'll show you guys that real quick as well. Just like here's, but also that's a level 9 weapon fighting level 4 enemies. It's weird. It's skewed. All right. Ugh. And again, how we're able to get all of the gear that I just put on, even though I'm level 7 and I got level 9 gear, you could be level 1 and get level 9 gear. It's fucking absurd, but also kind of awesome. We made a video about it. It's a whole farm thing. Just look on the channel or even yell at me and I'll put a link in the description, etc. But yeah. Pretty big difference in terms of just the damage. Yeah, like that person's almost dead. That person is dead. That person's gone. And yeah, Also, just to give you some comparison, here is, actually I don't think I have a good weapon equipped because they're too overpowered right now. Here it is, cool katana weapon. Yep. Yes, just, yes. And we can treat this one like bloody murder because we can just reset it. Unlike the other one that we've been using, this one we can just put the charm on and basically be good. I don't know why they haven't done that in general. Just put a charm on a weapon, even if they're redeemable weapons, because they're not better than endgame weapons at all. You know, and it would be kind of cool to have a built-in kind of advantage for cool weapons, but that's just me. Just to showcase what normal, like, two-handed weapon damage does. Just instantly slaughtering people, cutting them in half. That was the first time I've done that. Holy shit, yeah, call them. Good job. I'll take your leg, I guess. Give me the other one. There we go. Ooh, almost got me. Ooh, dodging. Isn't that the best? If I just hit you once, that's all it needs. But sometimes, why would I do that when I could just use a melee weapon? God damn it. And that happens, where you're just like dodging. But if I do connect, I just take their head, which is pretty cool. But, again, you could just be like, fuck you, and like just pull them and then stomp on their head or something crazy. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Dying Light 2, a game I'm very much in love with, still. I haven't gotten to the breaking point yet. I'm just head over heels in love with it. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you guys do enjoy the rest of your day. I cannot wait to showcase some more stuff with you guys. Appreciate you guys putting up with me. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, and in any way you engage with it, I appreciate it so much. Helps me out a ton. Thank you kindly, and hopefully I can see you in the next video. Bye. Also, we stream a lot. Bye.